fellow white women who voted for Kamala, this is not our opportunity to use Black women to ask them to do the labor of providing us with comfort and alleviating our fear and anxiety over the election. We're also not going to come to Black women expecting them to give us a pat on the back and say, we know you're not one of the bad ones. You did what you could, hun. And also, it is not our place to go to Black women when they are criticizing white women. I mean, have you looked at the numbers? And to tell them, not me, it wasn't me, I'm one of the good ones. Stop putting that on Black women. Stop it. Don't do it. If you've got big feelings of fear and trepidation about the future, about our rights as women, if you have intense anger and disappointment at other white women, shame about our demographic, stop asking Black women to manage those feelings for you. You are a grown-ass woman and you get to deal with them. And then how you can turn those feelings into effective strategic action.
Oh, I like this. Yeah.
To my Black women that are my friends, if we follow each other on here, my acquaintances, I'm sorry. You don't ever have a reason to trust white women again. 52% voted against their own best interest over race. You'll never convince me that wasn't why. And I'm sorry. For those of you who wasted your third-party vote, I'm so disgusted and disheartened. You knew that they would never put that third party in office, so you wasted your vote, and it made a difference. It made a difference in the states where he won. So don't ask me for shit.
So a white woman friend of mine got reported to HR at work because of something that she said to a colleague.
Okay.
And when you're the Black friend, you receive the text messages asking for advice. And so I just want to share with you what this text said. Printed it out. Here we go. Hey Z, hope you're doing well. Hope you don't mind me texting, but I've gotten myself into quite a situation at work. Long story short, I had a very heated conversation with a colleague last week. It came about because she was upset with me. She felt after a conversation together the prior day that my language and tone had been rude and condescending. So she pulled me into her office the next day to let me know how she felt. But unfortunately, she approached it in a way where I felt very threatened and attacked. In trying to tell her that I felt threatened, I used the word aggressive, and now I've been reported to HR. She's a woman of color, so what I did not know before, but I know now, is that aggressive could be interpreted as a racially insensitive term. I feel like an idiot, of course.
Go on.
Because that was not my intent, nor did I know that. Is that widely understood to be the case? Are there other words besides the obvious that I need to be aware of? First, I want to share that my friend is a wonderful person, yet she has biases that she's not aware of. And so to those that are not aware, yes, the term aggressive can be very, very offensive because it's associated with angry Black women. We might just state our opinion, and while another person might be called assertive, we get called aggressive. She asked what other terms she should be aware of, and you know what I told her? Google is a powerful tool. Also, read my book, Black People Breathe, especially the chapter called RESPECT at Work.
Everything that people are saying about white women is true. It's 100% true. And I'm going to tell you, as a millennial white woman who has completely walked away from everything that she has known in her white supremacy-based fucking piss-ass families, it's true. It's true. White women are the fucking problem. They embolden the problem. They marry the problem. They birth the problem. They're lazy as fuck, and they play victim about the goddamn problems that they're participating in. I don't know one happy white woman in one of my families. I only know white women that are either alone because men fucked them over and ruined their goddamn livelihoods and drove them insane, or they settled because they wanted their fucking retirements and they decided, hey, I might as well let this fucking pissant live next to me. White women and families that have watched their fucking husbands treat them like shit, beat on them, cheat on them, everything, but they still staying with them, laid down like a doormat. They'll be sitting at all these family picnics talking shit about these men, talking about how much they fucking hate them, how they're losers, how they get shit stains in their pants, but they stayed married to them and they still fucking voted to embolden them. White women will sell out their daughters, sell out their children. They will quite literally do anything as long as they get picked. As long as they're not the ones getting beat on. Because what do we know about toxic ass white families? Pathetic, shitty, white supremacy based fucking toxic ass white families. Let me tell you about those families. When they're not going after gay people, when they're not going after black people, when they're not going after marginalized groups and poor people, they're beating the fucking shit out of white girls in the family. Especially if you're a free thinker. God forbid you're pretty, okay, or got a brain. Oh my God, you're getting your ass fucking beat down. And so what happens to those white women? They either find their way in the family so that they can at least be accepted and have love and support, whatever the fuck that looks like. I've watched white women in my family show up for my crackhead cousin who's been to jail a dozen times and put money on her books and celebrate her because she's selling herself short and being a fucking nobody. When I graduated college, not one of my fucking aunts or mothers or any of those things was there to support me. Nah. You wanna know why? Because they didn't like it when I got smarter and I got more intelligent and I could empower myself.
I remember when Harris first did her speechy speech in Texas. I was with my teachers union and AKAs were all in the audience, and I turned over and said to a sister, y'all gonna be insufferable because, you know, Kamala Harris is Divine Nine. Well, guess who else is about to be insufferable? White women who make the right choice for the first time since Lyndon B. Johnson. They're gonna be fucking insufferable. They are, okay. And they may even get a little Karen-ish in their like customer service attitude where they expect some things because their posture is gonna be, we put her in this position, she owes us. They may even think that they have absolution for years of being fucking assholes and voting, you know how they vote, because they finally made the right choice. I remember when Harris first did her speechy speech in Texas. I was with my teachers union and AKAs were all in the audience, and I turned over and said to a sister, y'all gonna be insufferable because, you know, Kamala Harris is Divine Nine. Well, guess who else is about to be insufferable? White women who make the right choice.
But he takes it a step further.
Why would I? He's an idiot. Hey man, shit. Hey man, Tucker, nigga, them some bitch ass nigga. Hey man.
Damn.
He's a fucking idiot. Brandon Tatum is an idiot. Dumbest person I've ever heard. He should get an education. Officer Tatum should get an edumacation.
Wake up, nigga.
He should learn how to fucking read. So
Jim
why
Bob
would I
Langford
waste
said
my time?
$25.
Now, I don't know about you, but that was hilarious, okay? It reminds me of the post where like the worst person you know has made a good point. That's what that's what this video is, because Tatum is an idiot. And this is the issue with a lot of black conservatives, is that they place themselves in such precarious positions that the only thing they can do once they have been there for a certain period of time is to keep on doing what they've been doing. But the problem is it's going to have diminishing returns. You can only tap dance for so long before they get tired of the show, all right? A minstrel show is only as good as the audience. If there is no audience, there is no show. Damn. And that's what a lot of these, black conservatives are figuring out. It's just, it's a very superficial, cosmetic take on politics. Oh, the Democrats is mad. Oh, Republicans, show them. Oh, Trump really showed this reporter. That's slop. That's what that is. It's slop for the low IQ white ignorance of the Republican Party. Now, the problem is when they actually get fed real food. When they come across someone who is actually making them think, as opposed to just feeding them slop and regurgitating talking points and perspectives that they already agree with, that's when the problem comes. Because now it's seen as something new. And you know how people are. Well, it's like, I've already heard, Democrats bad and stuff like that. He's talking about something different. And that's what they're afraid to happen. Okay, that's what they're afraid to happen. And, people like, Officer Talmud, they don't have any exit plan. This is their empire. And they've built their empire on the sand. And that bad boy is about to get washed away. Ironic enough, he responds to this video clip by calling him what? The R word. The one word that they believe doesn't exist. That's correct. Called him a racist clown. Now, riddle me this, Batman. How can he be racist if racism doesn't exist? I'm confused. Now, all of a sudden, he's racist? Now, all of a sudden, there's racism? What do you mean? I don't understand. And this is the hysterical part of the plight of many of these, black conservatives, is that they've set themselves up for failure. They've done so much tap dancing for their racist audience, trying to make them feel good, trying to make them feel, oh, you don't have to worry about racism. Oh, you don't have to worry about reparations. Oh, you don't have to worry about what's going on. That's their whole, agenda. And by doing such, they denied racism. They denied any systemic, consequences from racism. They denied, Jim Crow. They denied reparations. They denied all of their blackness as a black American. All of their history they have denied in order to fit in this in crowd, in order to get adulation from a bunch of racist white people who are paying their bills. Damn. What is happening is when they actually experience this, they have two options, bro. They either deny it or they accept it. They either go Vivek Ramaswamy, and we have all seen the picture of Vivek Ramaswamy with the cowboy hat and the red, white, and blue jacket. And it's just like, that's the fate for them. That's the fate. They have to take it on the chin and smile and be like, you know what? It's okay. It doesn't bother me. When, Ann Coulter said, I'm not going to vote for you because you're Indian. He can't react. He can't react because to him, there is no racism. So now he has to take it on the chin because this is the house of cards that he's built. When you have people like, Brandon Talmud, well, he's now saying that he's racist. So now he has to accept everything he spent his entire platform denying.
Beta!
And that is the existence of racism. And now what does that do? That creates a big wedge with his audience, because his audience has been told, hey, there is no racism, all right? People just need to lift themselves up by the bootstraps. They need to stop complaining. They need to stop blaming the white man and, do something with their lives. Now, all of a sudden, When mean words are directed to him, right? Now he wants to call him racist. Now his mask is falling off. Now it's showing, oh, you don't actually believe what you're saying. You don't believe what you say. You've been saying this to appease these people. But when your feelings get hurt, now all of a sudden, racism is real. Now all of a sudden, Fuentes is a racist clown. Very fascinating. So, they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. That's honestly the sad outcome of all this tap dancing, that it ends in their demise.
Wake up, nigga.
The cherry on top of this stupid Sunday, because I'm gonna wrap this up. The cherry on top is that Tatum has done his entire political, platforming as one of the good ones, right? He makes very clear, well, I do this and this is what's going on, and I was an officer for this long, right? Does everything in his power to play the respectability politics. All that tap dancing, all that respectability politics to then portrayed as a step and fetch it thug, right? Well, shit, man, I tell you what, and all of that, right? As Ye said, you still just a nigga in a Benz. All that respectability politics, and that's how they view you. Damn, I know that's gotta sting.
Ironic.
They have his video when he was going off on Hotep Jesus. They were like, hey, he went back to default setting, right? They see him, what they say, as a chimp. That's what they see him as. They see him as a mongrel. They see him as some type of a degenerate. They never will see him as one of them. That's the funny part. They're attacking his wife, calling her a mud shark. And, it's sad. It's hilariously sad. Because it's like, yo, I tried to tell you all this from the jump. When I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, that's what you're all about. And now they're coming face to face with the people that they spent their entire time defending. Now they have to look at them and smile and continue on with the tap dance. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not you believe. Look at this, he doesn't represent the Republican Party. Fuentes doesn't represent us, okay? I just want to be clear. Or if you don't believe, it's funny that you still think that. It's funny that you still think that he doesn't represent the party, because very much he 100% does represent the party. Now, it may be the silent majority, okay? The silent majority that you think doesn't exist, but they're coming out of the woodwork. They slowly popping up and they're saying, they're giving their opinion piece. Well, I think he's right. Well, he's 100%. This is a white, America is for white people. Oh yeah, that's going to happen. That's oh yeah. You're going to find out that you're actually the minority. Okay. You're going to find out that you've been the vocal minority this entire time in the Republican Party. Anyways, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me Thursday through Saturday. Disagreement Day, number on screen, you call and we duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think about this and subscribe. And that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
Brandon Tatum is an idiot.
All right, y'all, I'm back. Let me see if this audio fits real quick. Can y'all hear me? Let's see, because my audio crazy right now. Yo. Yeah, I'm back. That's crazy. I'm good. All right, y'all, man. We back. I don't know what was going on. MacBook Pro ain't even acting right. But I tapped into the white woman. Y'all seen the white woman acting crazy. It's been a lot of them. I ain't want to go too much. I have 4 or 5 more videos, but I'm gonna check what's going on in New York. They say New York City finna be underwater, so let's go slide to New York City real quick and see what they saying about the flood. Cause man, New York kind of stuck together. I don't understand how if they had a flood. Shout out to Tracy for putting me up on it. But check this out, y'all. This is New York. Shout out to Introvert Rockstar. I gotta hit my dog up because he in New York. He can that much water. Yeah. They had a hurricane. One thing about New York though, it's trains and stuff, man. And they know EBT down there in that stage. Now, it looked like it was a black area too, bro. So I mean, New Yorkers should be all right. It ain't Tracy. I thought it was like, but if it get any more worse, it could get real bad. Now, speaking of this flood, it was a hurricane in Jamaica, right? I'm gonna let y'all see this video. It was a hurricane in Jamaica, blew out Jamaica, right? And then it was Black Americans in Jamaica. And they was like throwing plates. They started a big problem while they was in Jamaica, okay? And they got Jamaicans saying that, you know, they want the Black Americans to pack up their stuff and get out of there because y'all just doing too much. Y'all talking about the lunches, just not being appreciative. Let me show y'all this. But this is big that's going on. Check it out. So Americans. I'll find it for y'all real quick. American Jamaica. So check this out. Oh, man, I'm on the wrong one, y'all. So here you go. So we'll be on this tent and I'm on So check it out. I'm finna show y'all right here. This is, start the screen. What's good, cow dog? I was just screaming you the other earlier. I'm finna show y'all the black people that's in the hurricane in Jamaica, and they started fighting the hotel staff when the hotel staff was just trying to shoot. They was just trying to feed people. Well, why do we keep switching to that? Oh, okay, I see. So I'm going to, let me get out of here and show y'all. So Americans, and now they stuck there too. They're stuck in Jamaica. But look how they acting, man, which is crazy. Y'all check this out. Let me share this. I ain't even sharing it for y'all, my bad. So here you go right here. This is Jamaica, and people complaining. They got black people complaining like you ain't used to hurricanes and stuff. Check it out.
One of its worst storms and disasters in recent years, leaving major destruction behind after Hurricane Melissa would pass through the Love Island on Tuesday. According to the BBC, at its peak, the hurricane sustained winds of 185 miles per hour, stronger than Hurricane Katrina, which devastated New Orleans in 2005 and killed 1,392 people. For many Jamaicans, this would become a time of survival and preparing for the road ahead to rebuild their country. As you should know, not only Jamaicans are experiencing this unfortunate event, but so are the many tourists who travel to the island for relaxation and good weather. According to reports, nearly 4.1 million tourists travel to the islands every year. According to some of the tourists who would decide to travel to Jamaica during this hurricane season, their time on resorts across the island has become unenjoyable while still having to pay full price for their accommodations. Their now viral complaints would be shared across social media and has caused many reactions online.
So why did we leave when y'all feeding us pastries for breakfast and we still had to pay full price?
May I ask where you're going now?
We're going to get something to eat.
Everything closed across. Gas station, shopping mall.
Could be, man.
So what are y'all doing for gas? You all knew this storm was coming. So you're going to give us bag lunches, bag breakfast, some pastries? That's so disrespectful.
This is the emergency food for us for 4 days. This is really an unimaginable experience. Makes me never want a Trina.
This must be breakfast.
But I'm saying, this is my point, bro. What they expect, bro? The whole country burnt. The whole country blew away. Like what you think, you know what I'm saying, you gonna get? Like, can you imagine if you stayed in New Orleans and the Katrina happened and you stayed at a hotel and everything gone? You think you gonna be able to get first class service, bro? That's what I'm just saying. I'm like, but listen to how they keep going on. You ain't thankful that you alive, bro? You could have died over there. Look at this. It's crazy.
We got our pillows and blankets. We knocking on all the doors. On our way to the shelter. So if y'all have a second floor, why can't we go to the second floor?
Because it's full. All places, including the one that's flooded.
So if it was to flood in here, what we do?
There's no, it's not going to be flooded.
And then you want to charge $1,100, $1,200 for a one-way ticket to get up out of here, knowing there's a category 4 hurricane headed our way.
Now, after these complaints would begin to circulate, it appears that people who would view these tours expecting 5-star service during a hurricane would call out the tourists themselves. Several Jamaicans would also share a clear message to the tourists complaining, which is to shut up and stop complaining.
I'm gonna need for the Americans that's in Jamaica right now during Hurricane Melissa to just pipe the fuck down. Stop being so damn insensitive. We get it. You booked a vacation to Jamaica. You can't get a refund. Whatever the case may be, you had to still go. Please stop making light of Hurricane Melissa. I'm from the city of the New Orleans who experiences hurricanes quite often. The insensitivity of some of y'all is fucking outrageous and ridiculous. You're gonna come back to the US to your warm, cozy, beautiful house, and some of these people are gonna be without. So please, if you're on vacation and you're stuck on vacation in Jamaica, make the best of whatever you can. Stop making light of the situation, especially because of those locals that's out there serving y'all drinks, serving y'all food, while they have to worry about their families being safe, making sure that they have a home.
I would have been snapping on the black people there. If I was there, I don't want you doing none of this dumb stuff, bro. I'm here. I don't want that. I don't want that attention on me. I need you to be cool, calm, and we got to focus. You doing that like they deserve. They supposed to discipline them women right then and there. Everybody who was there like, y'all, we ain't doing this over here, bro. We can't afford this. You tripping. People lost their house. People lost everything. And you around here complaining like a little rich person. I wouldn't be surprised if them people just say, you know what, bro, I'm finna just kick them out the hotel and let them go out.
Home to go to. Come on, y'all.
Oh my gosh, fellow Americans. Can y'all actually turn your brains on for 2.5 seconds? Like, do you actually think that those workers in Jamaica care about giving you good food and good service? Hot towels and fresh sheets? I decided to be nice and take the lady's username and TikTok profile out this post. What do you mean 0 out of 10 service? What do you mean they don't care? Send help. Send help for you? When you're traveling specifically to an island, first thing that you do is research the best times of year to go. This is hurricane season. Melissa didn't just pop up out of nowhere like, hey, bitch, this is the season.
This message is for all the Americans that are in Jamaica right now on vacation, making all the whining videos, complaining, oh, I missed my flight, this, that, and the third. I saw this one girl saying, oh, there is no panic. I'm sorry that you guys have never experienced something like this, but Jamaica is facing one of the worst hurricanes in history. As a Jamaican, seeing you guys on my timeline whining about stupid stuff just irritates me so bad. I'm trying to see the locals. I'm trying to see what's going on in the country. And every other video is one of y'all complaining, whining about something. And if you have done your research, you would know that this time of the year in Jamaica, it's hurricane season. That is why the tickets are so cheap. So please to be a little bit considerate. See, when you leave and come back to your life, people's lives will be in shambles in Jamaica. People will lose.
That's letting you know the type of people these is. They just wanted to get the cheapest flights and the booking to stay in Jamaica, bro. These ain't the type of people that represent us. They just trying to get a cheap flight. And now that they got a cheap flight, they ended up spending real high for, you know, low service. But it's all in the game. But y'all embarrassing us in America, bro, acting like y'all some goddamn rich Europeans. Y'all making us look bad.
Their life, everything they own, everything they got. Every time I see y'all whining and complaining, it really irritates me, bro. They show that you guys are being insensitive. Come on, be considerate.
I agree. She's saying it right.
And respectfully,
that was me in the hotel, bro. All that complaining, I would have put your ass out. Get out. Don't even worry about it. Go find something else and go get a flight home. You want to complain and you want to throw plates. Y'all don't understand. They was throwing plates. It was like a fight, bro. I'm like, yo.
the tourists them across Jamaica, please shut up. On behalf of all of us, shut up. We're all waiting. We're all anticipating. We're all nervous. We're all worried. We're all stressed. We're all tired. Because the last 5 days they've been telling us a hurricane is about to clot us. And Fox News is telling us that our island is going to be unnoticeable. And while you are in your nice, well-constructed hotel, your complaint is that you're not getting the type of treatment that you thought you should be getting because you're in an all-inclusive hotel. Poor people them who work there, hand and foot on you in these hotels, have to go back home to their board house and to their wooden structures to tie down and prepare and take shelter, because you know why? Their lives matter also. A lot of you have this slavery mentality that you think people belong to you because you're paying for a particular service. In this matter, that doesn't matter right now. All of our lives matter. So if the hotel them is making any way comfortable from a nice third floor or fourth floor of that establishment that is well constructed, just go on up there, eat the piece of apple, and keep your kin quiet. Because all of us are suffering and going through this stress together. You cannot expect people to be there waiting on you hand and foot because of your entitlement. If you didn't want guy your yard so bad, you should have go. What Fox News telling them to do? Evacuate.
Now, what is clear is that despite the devastation Jamaica will now have to recover from, its people have continued to show their resilience, and even some locals were caught enjoying themselves during a more subdued moment and area during the storm. As of this report, it is not clear how many and if any casualties came from the storm, but local outlet The Jamaica Observer would report that 500,000 people would lose power and homes would be destroyed by what is considered the most powerful hurricane the island would see on record. On Wednesday morning during a press conference, the Jamaican government would issue an all-clear message to notify those on the island that the storm has officially passed.
But y'all, can y'all understand this? They be tearing up. And I ain't gonna say they saying it's the hurricane and they can't make the hurricanes or whatever, but Haiti and Jamaica, and I'm in Florida, so I kind of understand that Haitians and Jamaica and Bahamians is like normal in Florida. They like, my point is, I think Haiti and Jamaica, they be getting a lot of hurricanes, like bro, earthquakes, like things that tear down the whole country. I think this is scripted. I think they doing that so they can keep the pipeline coming to Florida, because y'all don't know, in Florida, that's their pipeline. They coming through. So it's like, if they keep them countries real poor, they're gonna want to come to Florida, come to America. And I think that's the hustle. I think they is sending them hurricanes. In my opinion, I would you say called out, they sent that hurricane. It was just too strong, and it was kind of like Katrina. It's like it's strong and it don't go nowhere. It stay in the same spot for a long time. Those seem like to me that they made. Yeah, cloud seed, and they've been doing it since Vietnam. Bro, they got some real technology that they don't let the public know about. But yeah, it's called like it's like a bio weapon that they'll send at other countries. They were doing that in Vietnam, but they want to make it seem like.
Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Is it fair for tourists to still have to pay full price at resorts during a natural disaster like this? Or should you lower your expectations on?
But they didn't see, it's more to this video, y'all. They was actually throwing plates, bruh, at the people who was working now. Harp, yeah, that's who they is. Shout out to Markeith told us about Harp. Yeah, Harp is the one that, and I did a video, bro, about that, how I feel like they making it, and they're controlling. They already got control of the air. We already know that, but I just don't believe this is just random. I believe this is good business to keep Haiti and Jamaica down. They right there by Florida. We know they're going to want to come, because if they had everything right there, I don't think there'll be too much wanting to come to America. That's just my opinion, though. But Harp, I wanna look into Harp, man. Y'all got me. Y'all been saying it a couple of times, but Harp.
When it comes to controversial science projects, few ignite as much debate as HAARP, the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Located in the remote wilderness of Alaska, HAARP has captured the imagination of conspiracy theorists, scientists, and curious minds worldwide. It's often mentioned in the same breath as the moon landing conspiracy and the chemtrails theory, highlighting its mysterious reputation. But what exactly is HAARP? Is it just a harmless scientific facility dedicated to studying the ionosphere? Or could it be a hidden weapon, capable of manipulating weather patterns, disabling satellites, and even influencing human behavior? In this video, we'll explore the origins of HAARP, the most extreme theories surrounding it, and the reasons why this unassuming facility continues to spark controversy decades after it was first built. HAARP's official purpose is scientific research, but not everyone believes that's the whole story. Many conspiracy theorists claim that HAARP is actually a powerful tool capable of altering the environment on a global scale. One of the most widespread theories is that HAARP can control the weather, creating hurricanes, earthquakes, droughts, and even tsunamis on demand. Imagine the strategic advantage of weaponizing the weather, and you begin to see why some people are so suspicious. Other theories suggest HAARP can knock missiles and planes out of the sky by disrupting their electronics. Still others claim that HAARP can jam communications worldwide, cutting off satellite and radio systems whenever it suits powerful interests. Perhaps the most unsettling theory is that HAARP can influence human emotions and thoughts by broadcasting low-frequency electromagnetic waves, effectively hacking the human mind. Supporters of these theories often point to HAARP's military funding, its remote location, and the secrecy surrounding many of its experiments as clear signs that the public isn't being told the full truth. Whether you believe these claims or not, the sheer scope of what HAARP is accused of doing shows how deeply it has embedded itself into modern mythology. The origins of HAARP only add fuel to the conspiracy fire. Unlike many scientific facilities, HAARP wasn't initially built by a university or civilian agency. It was funded and operated by the U.S. Air Force, the U.S. Navy, and DARPA, organizations known for their military research and classified projects. Why would the military invest so heavily in a facility that was supposedly focused only on atmospheric science? Even more suspicious is HAARP's location, deep in Gakona, Alaska, far from major population centers and very difficult to reach without special permission. This isolation makes it easier to conduct experiments without public oversight. In 2014, the facility was officially transferred to the University of Alaska Fairbanks, supposedly to open it up to civilian researchers. But critics argue this was a strategic move designed to lower public suspicion, while allowing secret operations to continue behind closed doors. Access is still heavily restricted, and while some data is made available, many experiments remain unpublished or delayed. HAARP's basic technology is both impressive and unsettling. The facility operates by transmitting high-frequency radio waves into the ionosphere, a charged layer of the Earth's upper atmosphere.
This ain't good.
Its primary tool is the Ionospheric Research Instrument, IRI, a massive array.
So what they saying is they could put negative vibrations that can change the attitudes of humans. This ain't good, bro. NASA, all of them behind it. So I think it's a warfare. So if they keep everything how they need it to be, because you notice that anytime a hurricane hits the United States, it don't never damage like a federal building, like it's always like homes. I think homeowners insurance and all of this got to play in all of this, because I feel like it ain't never doing nothing to like the structure of the United States, like the White House and
Of 180 antennas spread across 24 acres. These antennas can pump up to 3.6 megawatts of power into the sky, heating specific regions of the ionosphere and allowing scientists to study the resulting effects. However, when focused, the signal's effective radiated power, ERP, can reach an astonishing 5.8 gigawatts. This figure often gets cited by conspiracy theorists as proof of HAARP's destructive potential. In truth, ERP measures signal concentration in a specific direction, not the actual total energy used. By comparison, the sun bombards the Earth with vastly more energy every second. Nonetheless, critics argue that even small, localized disturbances in the ionosphere could have unforeseen consequences. Could HAARP's technology, designed for research, be adapted for more sinister purposes? It's a question that refuses to go away, and one that keeps HAARP firmly in the crosshairs of conspiracy discussions. The idea that HAARP might be a hidden weapon isn't just wild speculation. It has roots in real science. In 1987, physicist Bernard Eastlund filed a patent for a technology eerily similar to what HAARP would later become. Working for the oil company ARCO, Eastlund proposed using massive radio transmitters to manipulate the ionosphere for various purposes. His patent described the ability to disrupt global communications, redirect plasma waves to disable missiles, and even influence weather patterns by creating artificial atmospheric lenses. Perhaps most unsettlingly, he suggested that low-frequency signals could impact human brain waves, potentially altering moods and behaviors. Eastlund's original design required 100 gigawatts of energy, far more than HAARP's actual capabilities. But the similarities between his concept and HAARP's real-world setup are striking. While HAARP officially denies any connection to Eastlund's ideas, skeptics argue that HAARP represents a scaled-down, more practical version of his original vision. The military funding, the focus on the ionosphere, and the secrecy surrounding the project all seem to align perfectly with what Eastlund once proposed. Whether or not HAARP ever realized his full ambitions, the existence of that patent continues to fuel fears that HAARP could be far more than just a research facility. Adding to HAARP's mystique are the strange events reported during its periods of activity. Eyewitnesses have described bizarre glowing clouds and shimmering auroras in areas far from the poles, phenomena that some believe are linked to HAARP's experiments. Amateur radio operators have recorded global disruptions in shortwave communications coinciding with HAARP tests. More controversially, some theorists point to alleged correlations between HAARP activity and major natural disasters. The devastating 2010 Haiti earthquake, for example, has been linked by some to HAARP experiments, though no scientific proof supports this claim. Similarly, unusual patterns of hurricanes, droughts, and freak weather events have been tied, often without solid evidence, to HAARP's operational periods. Scientists caution that Earth's atmosphere and geophysics are extremely complex systems, prone to coincidence. Yet for many, the timing of certain disasters relative to HAARP's activities raises uncomfortable questions. Even if HAARP's direct involvement is unlikely, the facility's capabilities and secrecy leave room for unsettling possibilities that continue to inspire fear and speculation. According to scientists involved with HAARP, the fears surrounding the facility are completely unfounded. They insist that HAARP's main goal is to study basic processes in the ionosphere, such as how solar radiation affects the atmosphere and disrupts communications. They point out that HAARP's power output, while impressive, is tiny compared to natural forces like lightning or solar storms. Moreover, HAARP's experiments are localized. They heat only very small regions of the ionosphere.
So I think New York could have got the same thing. I think that how is just New York gonna flood out the way? Like, listen, I think that they manipulating it. It only makes sense because it's making home insurance go up. So they need that. Like in Florida, because we had that condo had failed, they said the wind made the condo fall. Home insurance is going up. So it's like it's money in it. It's money in it, and it's a lot of power.
And any effects quickly dissipate. Researchers also argue that the project has become more transparent over time, with data being shared with universities and international scientists. Still, critics highlight that not all experiments are made public immediately, and that the military's historical involvement leaves room for suspicion. Given the long history of dual-use technologies, innovations that serve both civilian and military purposes, the idea that HAARP could have hidden applications is not entirely irrational. Officially, HAARP is a scientific tool, but in a world where secrecy and technology often go hand in hand, doubts remain. So what is the truth about HAARP? It might simply be a misunderstood scientific research facility, quietly helping us unlock the secrets of the upper atmosphere. Or it could be something far more powerful.
We just saying, I'm finna tap into old boy who talking about the Jamaicans been snapping them. Let me show y'all this.
We don't ever say colonized in America because Black Americans were not colonized. Colonized means you've been occupied, held hostage on your own turf for years. We always say that person has a slave mentality. You got a slave mind. Slavery is what we point to, and that existed for so long, and then we got out of it. A colonized mind is what they have, and they still have it to this day. They're the ones who talk about the colonizer. Jamaicans talk about the colonizer. Haitians talk about the colonizer. Africans talk about the colonizer. Black Americans don't run around and say the colonizer. I'm being real with y'all.
Yeah, them California.
We don't use that term colonizer. Anytime I'm ever using colonizer, I'm talking about outside of America when we talk about the damn colonizer. We don't do that. We'll say a slave mentality because any type of supremacist mentality that has been dumped onto us, that only came from slavery. Okay? Slavery was resisted. Colonized means you done. You had slaves who revolted. Colonized means you whooped up. You whooped up. Don't let nobody compare or try to make this connection between being enslaved and being colonized. You can be enslaved without colonization, but you cannot be colonized without having the mentality, the mind, the behavior, and the thought process that goes along with it. So, fam, what we're going to do right now and going forward, we're going to get rid of that term colonized being put on us. And it's clear we don't have to get rid of it because they've never really, we don't use that term, but we're not going to allow them to do that because they always talk that Black folks was colonized. No, the hell we were not. No, we're not. A colonized, I'll be honest with you. A slave mentality, oh, we can handle that. We can deal with a slave mentality. A colonized mentality, oh, that's completely different. Because remember, y'all, enslaved, you can have, put it this way, the dominant society was here in America, right? They enslaved Black folks, right? But then there was millions of Black folks that didn't enslave. The colonizer who colonized Africa, all millions of their asses were under his jurisdiction. Not all black folks were under his jurisdiction back then. A lot of slaves were not under his jurisdiction. There's a lot of difference and contrast between slave and colonized. Two different things, fam. So no. We ain't on that, fam. We don't run around and throw around colonizer like that. As a matter of fact, only time we ever bring up colonizers when we talking about Africans and Jamaicans. That's the only time we bring up colonized, fam. Hell no. Matter of fact, let me bring this home. I'm going to show you what colonized mind opposed to how foundational black Americans think. We understand that. See, they don't like the fact that we can break all this down and we be checking them in the process. Yeah, absolutely, fam. That's a whole different level. Absolutely. A colonized mind, that's a whole different level. Because let me tell you something. Slave mentality, when you're not a slave anymore, that mentality goes away and it disappears. Okay, whoa. Black Alpha, bring it on back. Here we go. A slave mentality, when you're not enslaved anymore, that mentality or thought process will disappear. A colonized mind, where someone's been feeding you, someone's been resisting you, someone's been harming you, someone's been clothing you, someone's been slapping you around, that stays with you forever. That's why the white man can leave places he's colonized and they still act like they're colonized. When he is not enslaving black Americans anymore, we on game, we rocking. So that's the difference between the two of them. And this is what I mean. Look at this, fam. I've been wanting to show y'all this for a while. This is right after Charlie Kirk's situation. This is what I mean. Anytime someone rides, the other ones get mad at him. These are a bunch of Jamaicans talking. They're going to ask this guy, how do you feel about Charlie Kirk? And this guy down here, he says, I don't have no empathy for Charlie Kirk. I want y'all to look how the other Jamaicans get mad at him and they rebuttal him. This is the same thing that is played out historically every time a Jamaican, a Haitian, an African, a Caribbean has ever stood up against the dominant society. Other people from their community get mad at them. Watch this.
That's crazy.
Controversial figure. I want to give my personal opinion of Charlie Kirk. My personal opinion of Charlie Kirk after watching him debating, listening to his views. Charlie Kirk to me is a vile human being. He's a disgusting human being. He's a racist. Charlie Kirk is a
vile human being who's racist. Watch them other Jamaicans getting mad. Oh, he's committing the cardinal sin.
So
he's talking about a W around some colonized Jamaicans. Oh, they about to rebuttal him. He's about to get reprimanded.
A racist, he's a white supremacist, he's a bigot. You know what I mean? Charlie Kirk is, you know what I mean, not a good human being. So when I heard he passed away, you know what I mean, was assassinated, my first thing was, you know what I mean, your human side kicking, like, because, you know, I watch him quite a lot, so, you know what I mean, kind of familiar with him. So the first human feeling is like, oh, that's, you know, that's sad. You know what I mean? A human passed away. But as this thing go by and the memory of what Charlie Kirk stood for and the thing that he said, I don't really care about Charlie Kirk like that to morning. Charlie Kirk, you know, empathy. So when people tend to be, you should be empathetic about people. He said he doesn't care about that. So I don't know why people giving empathy to him now. And
my position is not about giving empathy to him. My position is more from the philosophy of the thing, where a person has the idea that because someone's views in opposition to their views, then they should kill that person. Right. And that is what all of this, that is what I took out of it. That I think that is something
because
that
if you don't know, right? If you don't know the person, right? I think as a human being, that would be a first thought. Oh,
look at that, y'all. I told y'all, look at dude down here trying to ride. Look at dude, shout out to him. He's down here trying to ride. He said he's a vile person. He's a supremacist, and I don't have any empathy. The two dudes up top was biting their lip. They was getting mad. And this dude come in talking about we all human beings. This is exactly the same format that has been played out historically amongst the colonized diaspora. A colonized diaspora, one in which we are not a part of. Anytime somebody rallies against supremacy, the majority of the colonized people will go after the rider and not against the supremacist.
Right. And you know what I found out? That the little hats got to do, you know, the diaspora too. And they in every state, they in every country, but they stick together on the same topics. they don't have an oppressor or colonized mind because they probably doing the colonizing. But it's just crazy how they got a, the spore too, and it ain't the same as ours. Let me let them go.
Dude was sitting there speaking the truth, and these two dudes wasn't having it. This guy talking about, well, we all human beings.
That is something
because
that we have
if
to
you
step
don't
away
know,
from.
right? If you don't know the person, right? I think as a human being, that would be a first thought. Oh, this should not happen, right? And the reason why we say that is because we know within our community, our leaders have been assassinated and brutalized for that very same thing. Speech.
And it happened from the people from Charlie Kirk's community. Look how he's reaching. Our people have been harmed too. Yeah, by people who are just like Charlie Kirk. This man is reaching for some love.
Opposition to this thing that they were pushing, whatever narrative that they were pushing.
MLK comes to mind. We don't want to jump the gun. We don't want to jump the gun and say, yeah, them right. We don't want people like that because we on this platform give our opinion about it. We don't want somebody come take our life because of opinion. But we don't want to jump the gun.
That's the point. I think that's what Dada is saying, right?
Yeah, but we don't want to jump the gun and say someone died for their opinion because we don't know what the reason why the person that took his life. Is that very...
Man, they shut dude down. They wouldn't even let him get off like that, man. They did old buddy wrong, man. They did old buddy wrong all damn day long. You see that right there, family? This is what we talking about. You can't ride. You got to understand, y'all. Okay, follow me. We have a community, a systematic structure. I'm talking about amongst Black Americans that allow people to talk like Black Alpha, okay? That allow people to talk like Huey P. Newton, that allow people to talk like Muhammad Ali. They don't have that system. They have a system that disallows you from doing that. The moment that you open your mouth about the dominant society, they gonna shut you down. They not having that. You see what happens to old buddy right there. When we talk, we allow our young people, we got our young people in there. 24-year-old was in here earlier. I don't know if you're still here, certified salute to you, or anybody young. They can come over here and be themselves. You want to ride against the system? Come on over here. We will nurture you and help you do that. You want to be a rebel? You want to revolt? Come on over here. The reason why we've had so many revolters and rebels and revolutionaries is because we have a system that not only breeds it, we have a system that is comfortable for you to be that way because the majority of the people are that way. Remember this, y'all. Whatever type of characteristic that you produce means that the majority of the community is behind it. We produce revolutionaries because the majority of our community is behind it. We support it. They do not produce or promote any revolutionaries because the majority of their community is against it wholeheartedly. And you seen dude right there was simply calling out Charlie Kirk and they shut him down. They weren't having none of that, y'all. They was mad when he was talking. They was sitting there thinking, why is he saying that again? He's talking that damn talk again. And that right there is what has always went on. You can go right now anywhere in America. You're going to see some riders. You go anywhere in the diaspora. You're going to see some docile, submissive ass people. That's just how it goes, y'all. That's just how the game goes. And let me tell y'all something else they've been trying to do. And I want y'all to follow me now if y'all rocking. Another thing they're trying to do, they're trying to create these vague parallels, right? Where they're going to try to make it look like Black American ethnicity and race are these combined things with everyone. There's these people out there, this Dominican, I'm about to get on this Dominican here. This Dominican now is trying to rewrite this, all right? This is why we're right now rewriting what they rewrote, like I stated earlier, because they're always consistently trying to rewrite what happened to fit their...
Now, shout out to Black Alpha Network. He just went on and was talking about how Jamaica, how the people were acting in Jamaica, but from what I seen, we was tripping. Now, I do understand the mindset, what he talking about, because here in America, we got the most revolutionaries and people that's going to go against the system, the Malcolms, the, Fred Hamptons, the people that's going to create a Black Panther Party. We got it over here. Nobody else in the world ain't doing it how we doing it here. So I can understand that. But yeah, man. I had to tap in on this one, man. Shout out to Black Alpha Network, man. Red Supreme. Everybody who holding it down, for us right here in America. I'm going to drop a video, man, about the revolutionaries in America. I'm putting it together now. I'll probably have it out by next week. But definitely put one together for us. But yeah, he holds it down, man, for the culture. It's a lot of us on his YouTube streets, but it's been another reparations committee in New York. I'm gonna go over that, man, before we get out of here. But I really appreciate the reparations committee. I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna pull that up right now. Check it out. Because they actually striding and making moves right now. And we got to understand what they're about. So check it out. This is the New York Reparations Committee. And they have people talking all the time. Committee. Got y'all. There you go. Check this out.
Good afternoon, evening, everyone. My name is Tim Hoax, and I hail from Buffalo, New York.
Yes. Yes, Buffalo.
We're going to try that one more time. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tim Hoax, and I hail from Buffalo, New York. All right. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Yes, this is my first time in Ithaca, and it is a beautiful place, and I plan on coming back to visit and spend time with my family here to check some stuff out. So thank you for that. My full-time, daytime job is Commissioner of the New York State Department of Civil Service and the President of Civil Service Commission. So I get the pleasure to serve as a public servant, and so that is meaningful to me. And to see the individuals in this room this evening to ready and prepared to discuss this important topic is great. And I'm excited and looking forward.
Yeah, I think this is really going, like, I don't know, but I feel like them in New York and establishing this committee, I think New York on to something with this. I think
to get to our presentations and our discussion. So thank you for having us here.
Thank you, Commissioner Hobbs. And since everyone is repping their community and city, I'm coming from Rochester, New York, and I am grateful to be living in this community. But my hometown is Brooklyn, New York. Yes. All right, some Brooklyn. Okay.
I mean, what's up with all this natural love? I mean, no, I love the love.
It's automatic. It's automatic. But I actually lived in Cortland for a couple of years. I actually lived in Homer, New York. So I would come to Ithaca often.
You're right around the corner.
Right around the corner. Right around the corner.
We're going to have to push this, y'all. We're going to have to spread this out. I'm going to keep bringing this up.
And my nephew went to Cornell University, so I would pick him up and we would drive back. So, but grateful to be here again. And thank you all for being here. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. And today's public hearing is on the homelands of the Cayuga Nation and the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. And we want to honor them and honor the nation. And we're grateful for the Cayuga's enduring connection to this land and recognize the ongoing struggles of all First Nations in sovereignty and justice. The story of Black New Yorkers begins with the Native nations here first and still. So today's hearing aims to gather insights and testimonies on matters related to New York Community Commission on Reparation Remedies, with the particular focus on Black New Yorkers in education. And remember, the public hearings are in themselves part of our reparations work. This is truth-seeking and truth-telling, and it's part of the satisfaction of one of the 5 forms of reparations under the United Nations legal framework. We do honor this work. And so we want to call out the suffering and pain of enslaved Black New Yorkers and the structural and systemic harm that.
Now, y'all know that the conservative is pushing this narrative that, oh, asking for reparations is like bad, like you trying to victimhood. They come up with all these talking points so they don't have to pay. So anytime you see a group of people talking about, you know what I mean, they don't want to, why you shouldn't want reparations when different cultures already got them. They just doing that so them people ain't got to pay, bro.
Black New Yorkers face and continue to face due to anti-Black policies and structures. Today's agenda includes brief remarks from our elected officials, and we are just really excited about your mayor. And wanted to see this happen, and I understand that our mayor is the first mayor, Robert G. Cantelmo. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it. Okay, Cantelmo, thank you. Trying to get it earlier and make sure I had it right, and I'm grateful that you're here. So we'll hear remarks from our mayor, and then we'll hear from Councilwoman Phoebe Brown.
Black? We can clap for that.
Yes! Let's get excited for our mayor, if you would please.
All right, we're finna let the mayor talk.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Ithaca. I'll be brief.
Hold on, what the heck? I'm a little confused. I thought it was all Black, but hey, man, he pushing for reparations.
I just want to say on behalf of our community, I want to express deep gratitude to the commissioners from the New York State Community Commission on Reparations Remedies for the work that you are undertaking. This work is historic, it's long overdue, and it's morally necessary. And it's essential to building a more just and equitable New York.
Shout out, man. We got the white man holding us down. We need more people holding us down, because if it's just us saying it, it don't really matter. They're going to fight that. But when we get all culture saying it, they're going to have to do, you know, they need, because they sending 20 billion over here. 20, man, so much money they sending. Pay them people, man. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Shout out to Call Dog, man, Markeith, everybody who tapped in. I'm going live tomorrow, man. I'm going to try to put something together. And I got something special for y'all for tomorrow, though. I got some questions. I want to put something together. We may need to be doing something collective on the channel, man. So I'm going to try to bring us together to do something. But make sure y'all tap in tomorrow and Sunday, because I got some topics I want y'all to go over, man, and how we could put our heads together and make it happen. So peace. I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace and love.